Welcome to Meldon Law and Friends. I'm Jeffrey Meldon, founder and attorney at Meldon Law. If you're injured in a serious accident, please give us a call. We've been helping people put their lives back together for over 54 years in North Central Florida, and we're very proud of that. So please give us a call if you need help. And many times we'll just go over your case with you and let you know if it's something that we can help you with. Accidents and injuries is what we do. And I promise you the Ritz-Carlton experience when you come to Meldon Law. So that's my pitch for the day. And thank you very much for supporting Meldon Law. 2025 has been an amazing year for us. My guest here, EJ Nieves, was instrumental in creating our award-winning float for the homecoming parade. Thank you for joining us, EJ.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, that float project was a trip, man.
Oh yeah, no, it was a really good time, man. Everybody involved, the Gray family, Frank and Dan, and just everybody that was involved. It was awesome.
And we went from like an 18-foot float to a 40-foot
float.
Yeah,
we took it up another couple levels.
Couple levels.
Levels.
Everybody was on it, and it was a blast.
Yeah.
So anyhow, we're going to go meet with EJ today and go through what EJ does as far as his career and as an artist. Before we get there, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the community. Today is the last day for the World Equestrian Center to see their Winter Wonderland. And I'm telling you, the amazing showcase there. They've got beautiful lights. It's really just spectacular. And I want to invite all of you to come there, check it out. Let's see, it's on dark. You want to come at dark, okay? And there's other stuff going on. You can meet Santa Claus in Indoor Arena number 2. You can go to the Grinch in Indoor Arena number 1. And there's all kinds of amazing things going on out there. The lighting is my favorite, though. And, I remember as a kid going through Nela Park in Cleveland, Ohio, seeing all the lights lit up.
Oh yeah.
And have you gotten a chance to get out there and see what they're doing at World Equestrian Center?
When I went out there, I actually went out there a couple days before they started, so I saw all of the lights and stuff set up during the daytime. I haven't been out there for the nighttime, and that's definitely something I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
Very soon.
So that's going on. Dueling Pianos, December 27th at the Riley Arts Center in Ocala at 6 p.m. Check it out. The Riley does a great job, and it's a really fun event. The Kirby Family Farm Christmas Train. Okay. It's hosted by volunteers. The entire event helps the development and programs of the Kirby Family Farm. They offer at-risk and special needs children who need a friend or a farm to help them through life's challenges. So go out to the Kirby Family Farm. They have a train out there. And it's great. You get to, the kids get to ride around on the train, and it's a magical journey for everyone. So that's it's now until December 27th at the Kirby Family Farm in Williston. And that's what's going on in the community. And we want to certainly wish a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all of our listeners, to all of our viewers. It's been a special year for Meldon Law. My son Carrie and I have been partners since 2009, and this year my daughter Jessica, who's been a lawyer for 15 years, joined the firm. So we're very excited about everything we did in 2025, and we want to share that joy with all of you. And I hope that you have friends and family that you can get together with this beautiful time of the year when everybody seems to get a little more joyful and happy and nicer. And, I came back from Miami. It's still pretty crazy down there on the road. We're like up in the mellow part of Florida up here, like this time of the year up here, at least, people are a little more polite on the roadway and they're nicer at the stores and everything else. So let's enjoy it and soak it up. So, EJ, thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Absolutely.
I know you're an internationally acclaimed artist, and I just would like you to tell our listeners and viewers a little bit about your background and what you do and how you got there.
Yeah, no. So my name is EJ Nieves. Let's see. So I've been an artist pretty much, all my life, but professionally, I've been doing it now professionally for 15 years. Before that, I was a middle school art teacher, and I tried my hand at that. It was a really amazing season of life, being able to teach children and all that good stuff. But if I could be completely transparent, a lot of the red tape that surrounds education is what kind of pushed me out, unfortunately, because if it wasn't for, just a lot of some of the stressful demands of the education system, I'd probably still be teaching now. But being able to teach children was like, man, that was like A1. So I was in there for about 5 years.
How old were they?
So, middle school. So I didn't, I was in Orlando.
So 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. And so I always tell, when I tell people that like middle school is like my favorite age to teach, it's kind of one of a lot of people are like, really? Like, middle school is kind of hard. And I'm like, I love that age range for teaching because they're moldable. They're still not too cool for school. Like high school kids can be sometimes, and they're not as clingy as elementary school kids can be sometimes. They're in the middle and they're trying to figure themselves out. So
yeah, and I'm sure some of them developed into very good artists.
Oh yes, yeah, definitely. I had a good handful of them. And so I taught for 5 years, but when I let go of my teaching career, that's when I went into full-time artistry. And so with that, I did a lot of comic book conventions. That's how I started. So I was an exhibiting artist, and I would travel the entire state of Florida, doing shows for the Comic Cons, and would sell artwork, and between online sales internationally. So I would sell and ship all over the world. And then I got into painting murals. And so that's kind of another thing that expanded my reach, painting murals both indoor and outdoor, and doing everything from, private residents to doing city work, large scale murals for cities. It's been really fun. And so now, so I do that. That's my bread and butter, my full time. And now I'm getting into social media consulting. I love social media and marketing. So I do a lot of social media consulting in regards to like how to tell storytelling. Because now that we're getting into a place with social media and, really brands and organizations and people wanting to understand how to tell their story online, I find that many, organizations, businesses, entities, and individuals need coaching on that. And so I've been very successful with that. It's cool.
Well, I admire everything that you've done. And I think the comic stuff must have been really interesting because I have not been to a comic convention yet, but I understand they're over the top.
Oh, man, you for sure. Here's a plug, a shameless plug for Ocala Comic Con. So Ocala Comic Con is really becoming a big thing, like a big thing. And it used to be smaller. It used to be in the Hilton off of 200 years ago. And now they're in the Expo Center at WEC. And it's a big deal. They get some really big name celebrities in there. And It's fun. I want to invite you. We should go together next year, you know?
Okay.
We could do that. So I want to invite you. We'll go together next year. I think this year's already passed, but next year we can go and hang out. It'll be fun.
Well, I'd love to see it. And
Yeah.
people, and I understand people get dressed up.
Oh,
with their
yeah.
favorite character.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Do you have a favorite character? Do you like Star Wars? Do you like any fandoms at all?
I like them all.
Oh.
I like them all. I mean,
Enough to dress up?
I don't know about dressing. Now, how about you?
Yeah, no. So in the past, I love Batman. I haven't dressed up as Batman, but I have dressed up as like Batman villains. So Batman's one of my favorite characters. And like the whole like Batman universe. So if I ever do dress up, I do that. Yeah.
Well, I think my first comic book hero was Superman.
Oh yeah.
And Superman was out early.
Yeah.
He'd been around a long time.
Well, it's all.
And he just, was awesome, and they used to have a TV series called Superman. And it was exciting. I mean, you'd get around the TV and wait for it to go on, and Superman was there, and then Clark Kent and Lois Lane, and the manager of the newspaper, I forget his Perry. I mean, and anyhow, I grew up watching that, and then comics, of course, were great.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Mad Magazine.
Oh yeah. I remember Mad Magazine. Those are funny.
And it was, to me, it was irreverent.
Yeah.
Right? It was like, oh, these guys say stuff we can't say. Yeah.
That's how I've growing up. That's how I felt about particular music, that I would listen to. I'd be like, hey, yeah, they talk about things I really can't say or talk about, but I listen to the music.
Yeah. And I was at a convention. I was at the Normal Convention. I think it was 1976 in Washington, D.C. And Playboy cartoons used to be beautiful drawings. And I have an original of the artwork for the Playboy drawing. It showed a guru in some remote mountainous area.
Okay.
Sitting there, and there's a delivery boy. This is 1976. There's a delivery guy on a bicycle with a box in front of the bike, right?
Yeah.
Delivering a burger, fries, and a drink. Okay. Now this is in 1970.
DoorDash.
Like DoorDash.
Okay.
And the guru is sitting there cross-legged and waiting for the guy to bring his delivery up, and he brings it, and the guy looks at him and he says, $2.25 for a burger and fries and a drink. He said, what is the world coming to,
Oh, man, if you would see the prices now, my goodness, I was at a burger spot the other day.
If you adjust for inflation, I think it comes out to about $8 or $9. So,
yeah.
But the irony of it is caught now, because you look at it, 50 years later, and you go, well, so $2.25 was a lot back then.
I know, man. I can only imagine. Like, I read up on that every now and then, and just like how much houses cost back then and cars, and I'm just, of course you have to adjust with times and inflation and stuff, but it's just wild to think,
crazy,
crazy stuff.
So, you and I have been talking about doing a project, a mural.
Yes.
You're a muralist, right? And we have a big office in Ocala, and
Beautiful
I've
space.
been
Yes.
talking with EJ about doing something on the. We have a big wall that faces south for people driving north. So when you're conceptualizing a mural, what's the creative process like?
So what's cool about it, you and I have already started engaging in that process, which is talking about it and getting to understand the heart of the client. And so it's a big deal for me to understand the heart of the client, because from there, it's like, And every time, again, some clients I've had say, hey, you have complete creative freedom. This is kind of what I'm looking for. You run with it, which that's completely fine. And then I've had clients that they also enjoy the creative process and the kind of going back and forth and the think tank part of it, where it's like, well, I have an idea. Okay, cool. We'll put the idea on the table. We'll see if it works. And so we started that process already by talking about it. The next piece of it will be when I start drawing and kind of sketching. Really not solid sketches. They're just kind of very loose to show you what I like to call like movement and flow and kind of bringing some of those main points. So, I know we talked about a equestrian themed, a horse themed like mural. And so, of course, with that, my first thought is horses. Are we going to have one main horse that kind of is the hero, like, the hero of the mural? Are we going to have a stampede of horses? Are they going to be running? Are they going to be kind of relaxing in a paddock? As we start having those conversations, and then I start asking you questions like, well, if you were to see a mural of horses on your wall, what kind of horse represents Meldon Law? Right. And so I would start asking you questions like that as a client, right? I'd say,
the horse that won.
So a racehorse. So you would want a racehorse possibly.
Yeah.
So exactly. Have to be, but
if they won the 100 jumper competition, that's okay too.
Okay, so a champion horse, right? And I love that. Yeah. So my mind would then go, okay, champion horses. I'd start Googling. What were the most recent champion horses of all different kind of categories? Then I would think aesthetically, well, how do they look like? Do they have a wreath around them? Because when a horse wins, there's a ceremony. I get goosebumps. When a horse wins, there's a ceremony. Can we capture the ceremony, if you will, on your wall somehow? Maybe. And so those are the kind of conversations that we start having. And if some of that intrigues you, then I'll sketch it, and I'll say, hey, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about this? And through the process of elimination and conversation, we start solidifying the concept. And then once we do that, the really rough sketches start becoming very tightly, elegantly drawn pieces of art that then I present to you or your team. And then at that point, they're usually black and white with loose color. I do it digitally. That way I can do it quickly on my iPad. I present them to you, and then ultimately we start, funneling it down to the idea, the champion concept.
Okay.
And from there, it's game time. It's time to get on the wall and paint.
So I like that idea. Maybe we'll call it the House of Champions.
Ooh, I like that. See? And even right now, this is the process. Yeah, I love it.
Meldon Law, the House of Champions. Okay, we'll see how that. So when you actually start doing a mural, how do you prepare the wall, and how do you sketch on the wall to know what to put it all together?
Yeah, so now I have been kind of practicing and working my way to using an Oculus, like the 3D, like the virtual reality goggles that you could put on to then have it superimposed on the wall. So I'm not there yet. I have an Oculus. I'm going to be kind of preparing myself to move into 2026, and I could possibly be utilizing it for your wall. That'd be cool, right? But for the most part, I'm very old school. I sketch. I create the pattern and design, and then I put it on a projector, and I project it in the middle of the night. So usually step one is I come, when it's chill and dark and not a lot of cars around and all that kind of stuff. That way I'm just able to really focus in and project the image on the wall that I sketched and created. And then I just kind of lightly, if it's outside, then I'm using a spray paint with a really thin tip to be able to kind of loosely put the idea on the wall. And then I'll go in there and start kind of drawing, if you will, with spray paint. Yeah.
So you're kind of first putting up the main elements.
Yes.
So that you have shape, form, and some kind of blueprint.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so it's usually very loose on the wall because, it's loose on the wall because once it's there, I just need to be able to see those main shapes to kind of put it all together. And so that process can be kind of quick again because I'm just kind of projecting my sketch up there, lightly putting it on, and then after that is game time. Because once I start getting a lot of the bigger shapes in there, it's all kind of, my process happens when all the colors are on the wall. Then I'm able to kind of put things together and shape them like a puzzle.
And how do you finish it so it has it lasts?
So what I use, it has I don't put like a varnish or a gloss on top. The spray paints that I use have a mixture of that varnish already in it. So it's archival, and I mean these things, it can last for a very, very long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So for example, I have a mural right now that's still doing very well. I mean, we're going on 6 years later. It's in the sunlight, and it's still doing good. It might need a little bit of touching up here and there, but it's nothing too crazy because it's weather resistant. The spray paints that I use, Montana brand and Iron Lac, they're the formula that they use is very great and weatherproof and just really, really good. So you don't necessarily have to put anything over it at the end.
Now, do you have to go back? Have you ever had to go back and retouch it or redo it to keep it vibrant?
On the projects that I've had thus far, no. And we're going on almost 10 years
Wow.
that I've been heavily doing murals in the Central Florida area for sure. So I mean, I think again, it's kind of one of those things too that it's really a test of time. But right now we're going on almost a decade, so
Wow.
it's good.
Well, that's going to be interesting because with vinyl and billboards, after a year, the sun destroys them.
Yes.
So we're always we like to keep our boards fresh.
Yeah.
Particularly for southern exposure, which this wall is a southern exposure wall. So
Yeah.
it's going to have that sun beating down, when it's 93 degrees out in the middle of the summer.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad to hear that there are ways to keep it fresh and vibrant.
Oh, absolutely. And again, the formula has it to where they've thought about that, right? Because you think of us, right, with the sun, then you have other places up north with the snow and elements that could crack the paint as well. So Montana brand and Iron Lac, if you're listening, we might need to partner up and sponsor me. But their formulas are very, very good. Very good. Very good.
Well, that's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about some applications for people listening or watching if they've got businesses or nonprofits or whatever, and they want to hire you to do something to bring attention to their business. Give us some examples of things you've done in the past.
So for example, I've worked with the city of Bellevue. I painted 6 murals over there, and I've worked on almost every kind of material at this point. I've worked on wood, I've worked on slat wall, I've worked on vinyl, I've worked on concrete. So really with spray paint, you can pretty much spray paint on almost anything. So in regards to application, the type of building, there's that. I've worked with government entities, I've worked with nonprofits, private residences. I'm trying to think of what else.
Oh, private residences.
Oh yeah, so I've done private residences for like kids' rooms, and that's the one I've done most in particular. Our kids' rooms. I've done barns, the sides of like stables. Man, my goodness, I've done fence work, like painted on fences.
Let me just throw in a plug for kids' room. I grew up, and my mom and dad had my bedroom with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Really?
Painted on a mural on the wall.
Whoa, that's cool.
And then another room, they had Dumbo flying around.
Really?
Yeah, this is 60, 70 years ago.
And they were painted.
They were painted.
That's so cool. Who did that? Do you remember? I mean, do you remember who?
Were they not?
That's so cool.
I don't know.
Oh man, I want to know now.
I mean, my mom liked art a lot, and so she probably found someone who was a muralist.
I love that.
But it had an indelible imprint on myself growing up because these were my friends, right?
Yeah,
They're really
cool.
So anybody out there that wants to surprise your kids, call EJ, and he will hook you up. I'm telling you, it's a great way to personalize a kid's room or anybody's room. You can do, doesn't matter how old, adults, kids, whatever. It's really cool. And now people have backyard areas that are suitable for doing some really nice graphic work on it.
Oh yeah, I've done a lot of residential. The only thing that I haven't done yet are like Airbnbs. So as you're sharing and talking, it reminds me that it could be a kid's room, it could be a main room or like a game room area for adults. So I mean, an Airbnb would be a really cool thing, just to add to my portfolio. So if anybody has an Airbnb that they need done, let me know.
We got some volunteers here. I'm volunteering.
Yeah.
So EJ Nieves.
Yes.
Did I pronounce your name correct?
Oh yeah, you did.
I'm working on it.
I appreciate you.
The Art of EJ Nieves, spelled Nieves.
Yes.
Okay, that's how. So if you want to get a hold of EJ, just email him. And it's the Art of EJ Nieves.com.
Or at Gmail.
Yeah. Oh, so is there a website?
There is a website, so that is the website as well too. Yes.
So that's both the website or the email address, and go on the website. You can see some of EJ's great work. It's going to be, look, if you do something unique and you bring it into your home or your business, people are going to talk about it. You're going to enjoy it. That's the most important thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to thank you so much for coming on, Meldon Law and Friends. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up before we adjourn for Christmas?
No, just thank you for the opportunity. It's been so far just an incredible journey with Meldon Law. You guys have always been so open and so gracious, and I appreciate all of you and your team. And shout out to Angel. She definitely a big bridge builder, and so helping me build a bridge to you and your team, and this has been really cool. So thank you. I just wanted to shout you guys out.
Well, thank you very much, EJ, and I hope you have a really wonderful holiday season, and
you too.
Enjoy all the lights. Maybe you'll get out to World Equestrian Center and see all those lights.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you, you should drive by. It's really cool.
I might have to go tonight. You're making it real tempting for me to just go tonight.
No, it's amazing out there. So anyhow, thank you very much for joining us, and everybody who's watched and listened to Meldon Law and Friends over this past year. We really sincerely want to wish you a happy holiday. My prayer is that, you find peace, you be with your friends, your family, those that bring love into your life. And I hope that everyone here has a happy, a healthy, and prosperous 2026. So thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back next week on Meldon Law and Friends.
Jeffrey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm joining the band, of course. Since Meldon Law is the official law firm partner of the Florida Gators, I want to help.
Dad, we're litigators. Let's stick to helping people in the courtroom.
Well, can we still hang out and jam a little bit? At Meldon Law, we won't back down.
I was going down a one-way street and a girl that was driving her car T-boned me on my scooter. I ended up going for an MRI and discovering that I had 2 herniated discs. Coming to Cary allowed me to not have to worry about what doctor I was going to see or what physical therapist I had to go to. They say, these are the people we trust. You're going to have a great experience there, and I honestly did each time.
Call Meldon Law. Your consultation is absolutely free.
And I was in an accident. Someone ran a red light and hit me, and I was hurt. You don't know where to turn. Luckily, I called Jeffrey. These big insurance companies, they don't want you to win. They truly don't. But Jeffrey and his firm and the people that work here, they just really fight for you. You call the law offices of Jeffrey Meldon, because you're going to need help, and they will help you.
Call Meldon Law right now.
He
Hey, Sammy, look who's there. Say hi.
Hey.
You again.
Meldon Law, Jeffrey speaking.
Somebody else hit us.
Here we go again.